In the vast, unforgiving sky, a lone eagle battles a raging tempest. Its wings strain against the ferocious wind, each beat a testament to an unyielding will to survive. This is not just a bird against the storm. This is a story of defiance, of staring into the abyss and refusing to fall. It's a story that mirrors one of the most audacious gambles in modern history, the story of Elon Musk and Tesla. Today we see Tesla as a titan, a revolutionary force that reshaped the automotive world. We see sleek cars silently gliding down our streets, a symbol of the future. But what if I told you this future was almost a fantasy, a dream that came within a hair's breadth of shattering into a million pieces? This isn't a story about success. It's a story about the brutal, gut-wrenching fight to avoid total, catastrophic failure. Let's rewind to 2008. The world was in the grips of a devastating financial crisis. Banks were collapsing, giants of industry were begging for bailouts, and fear was the currency of the day. In this climate of chaos, a fledgling electric car company named Tesla was burning through cash at an alarming rate. They had a dream, the Model S, but they were running on fumes. Elon Musk, already having poured his fortune from PayPal into SpaceX and Tesla, was on the brink of personal and professional ruin. The media was relentless. They weren't just skeptical. They were openly mocking. Billionaire's hobby project, a spectacular failure in the making, they called it. Pundits and industry veterans lined up to write Tesla's obituary. They predicted its demise with smug certainty, creating what Musk would later call a death watch for the company. Imagine the pressure. Every news report, every article was a nail in the coffin. The public narrative was set. Tesla was doomed. For anyone else, this would have been the end. The logical move was to cut your losses, to walk away, to save what little you had left. But Elon Musk isn't like anyone else. As the world saw a fool throwing good money after bad, Musk saw a glimmer of hope. He saw the promise of a sustainable future, a world not dependent on fossil fuels. He believed in his engineers, in the technology they were building, and in the mission that drove them all. While everyone else was shouting impossible, Musk was quietly calculating how to make it possible. The company was hemorrhaging money. Production of their first car, the Roadster, was plagued with delays and cost overruns. The supply chain was a mess. They were spending far more to build each car than they were selling it for. By Christmas of 2008, the situation was dire. Tesla had just enough money to last a few more days. Payroll was due. The company was literally hours away from bankruptcy. At this moment, Musk faced a choice that would define his legacy. He had two companies, SpaceX and Tesla, both on the verge of collapse. He had what was left of his personal fortune. He could save one, maybe, or risk everything and lose it all. He was divorced, borrowing money from friends just to pay his living expenses. He described the feeling as staring into the abyss. This is the heart of our story. This is the moment the eagle, battered and exhausted, decides to fly directly into the storm. Musk gathered every last cent he had. He took all his remaining capital, his final reserves, and made a decision that defied all logic. He put it all into Tesla. It wasn't just a business investment. It was an act of pure, unadulterated faith. He wired the money to the company just hours before it would have been forced to declare bankruptcy. He literally saved Tesla with his last dollars. It was the ultimate bet, not just on a company, but on a vision. It was a declaration that he would rather go down with the ship, fighting for his dream, than live with the regret of not giving it everything he had. The money gave them a lifeline, just enough to survive the holidays and convince other investors that he was all in. Think about that. While the world was preparing for failure, Musk was doubling down. He wasn't just the CEO. He was the primary backer, the final line of defense. This act of sheer determination sent a powerful message, not just to investors, but to his own team. It showed them that their leader was willing to sacrifice everything for their shared mission. It ignited a fire within the company. Suddenly, a miracle. On Christmas Eve, Tesla closed a crucial funding round. It was a combination of Musk's own funds and a last-minute agreement from other investors who were moved by his unwavering commitment. The company was saved. It had pulled back from the very edge of the precipice, but the fight was far from over. Surviving bankruptcy was one thing. Building a successful car company was another. The years that followed were a relentless grind. Musk famously moved a sleeping bag into the factory, working day and night, scrutinizing every detail, pushing his team to achieve the impossible. They faced what he called production hell with the Model 3, another period where the company's existence hung by a thread. Each time, when failure seemed certain, Musk and his team found a way. They innovated, they improvised, they simply refused to quit. They looked at the storm, at the impossible odds, and flew harder. The fierce criticism didn't stop. For years, short sellers bet billions against Tesla, convinced it would eventually crumble. But they underestimated the power of belief. They underestimated the resilience forged in the fires of 2008. That moment, that decision to risk it all, wasn't just about money. It was about conviction. It was about looking at a future everyone else said was impossible and saying, "I will make it real." It transformed Tesla from a fragile startup into a battle-hardened survivor. The eagle, having weathered the storm, emerged stronger, more determined, soaring to heights no one thought possible. The story of Tesla's near collapse is more than a business case study. It's a human story about resilience, about the power of an individual's belief to change the world. It teaches us that the path to breakthrough innovation is rarely a straight line. It's a winding, treacherous road filled with moments of doubt and despair. Success is not about avoiding failure. It's about surviving it. It's about having the courage to fly into the storm when everyone else is seeking shelter. So the next time you see a Tesla on the road, remember this story. Remember the brink of collapse, the public ridicule, the final desperate gamble. Remember the eagle fighting the wind. Because in every silent hum of that electric motor, you can hear the echo of a dream that refused to die. Thank you for watching. If this story inspired you, please subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a reminder that even in our darkest hours, with enough faith and determination, we can learn to fly.